So it's time to get kind of stupid on here. But I need to talk about this. It's been going on for a couple weeks, and basically I'm in like a mid-sized spiral. I don't know how else to describe it, but I am getting like worse. This is really different than the tortured era. I feel like those two aspects are very emotional, which I'm probably going to do a video with Lisa because she's getting into some torturedness, because I do want to talk about the differences, because I feel like people can easily think that there's one or the other, which yes, that's my own framework, which love that the framework is becoming a thing on the channel. Absolutely love you guys so much. But let's talk about MSP, and let's talk about how bad it's getting. So if you guys remember my pictures, I have 3 pictures that are MSP pictures, and they all represent 3 emotions within the mids that come up very often. There's the first one, which I was in like a blue shirt and I was like this and I was shy and then and insecure. Then there's the sweater one where I'm angry, but it's kind of like you're angry just in general, or you're feeling competitive or angry. And then the last one is the green shirt one where I'm like this, which is like you're exacerbated and sick of everything and everyone, basically. And so what is a mid-sized spiral? I was talking to, I'm just going to say your name. I was talking to Lexi. Lexi has been my oracle of the mids. Like, she's a veteran. She's been there for a while. She's had MSP energy for years. And she totally got it when it started towards the beginning of the year, and it was really picking up, particularly towards late January. I started phasing in December, but towards late January when I was really feeling it, and then I posted the picture and everything, Lexi totally got it. She totally understood it. And I didn't know what the fuck was happening to me. I just really didn't. I wasn't expecting it. I was totally blind at the time. But she basically told me, as a veteran, she said the thing about MSP or mids, the issues of the mids is that the further you get, the worse it is. And she said if you make progress, you feel worse. It actually makes it worse. She's like, if you just kind of stay the same, you can kind of adjust or get used to it, and it's not as bad. But she was like, it's when you're actively making progress, it's when you're getting towards getting out, it's worse. And that's different than torturedness. Torturedness, it gets better as you go through it. This gets worse. And you know me, I'm always one to talk about like physical things and hormones and this type of stuff. And I don't think this is hormonal. I really don't. I think that this is psychological for the most part. There are some hormonal aspects, but compared to what I've been through, it's so weak. Especially like even the past, when I had that serotonin crash, that was crazy, but that's already gone. It's over. It went away. And all this, when all that noise, all that hormonal noise is gone, and then you're just left with yourself and your thoughts, it's just like a constant thing. And I wonder too if there was some kind of numbing aspect within weight loss, which I'm really interested, because for a while there, I felt really numb. I didn't really feel my feelings very much. Like, I did when I was tortured, I did, definitely. But like when I got to like just obese and stuff, I didn't really anymore. And then a lot of the mids, I didn't either until now. All I felt was anger and stress, basically, or boredom. But now it's like I'm getting this full range of emotion that I haven't felt in a long time. And I'm not really coping with it that well. Like, it's really annoying. And I've always told you guys, I'm an emotional girly pop. And it's like, I really fucking am now. Like, it's really loud. Like, my emotions have become extremely loud recently, where it's like, even the most minor inconvenience or the most minor issue, I want to cry over it. I want to cry. I don't like it. I had to get my teeth done today, and I didn't want to go. I really didn't. I really was dreading it. I didn't want to do it at all. And I knew I had to, and I didn't want to. And I just was feeling so angry about it and so upset. And it's like, this is not a big deal. And I know objectively and mentally it's not a big deal. Nothing bad is going to happen. You know, I'm going to be able to do a payment plan. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. There's nothing wrong. And I think that sometimes when nothing's wrong, it's hard to cope with, because there has been so many things wrong for such a long time that it's like the standards just get higher and higher and higher, and you just don't feel any better ever. I just don't ever feel better. And I'm like understanding too, I'm like, some of this is psychological now. Like, this isn't physical. I don't think it is anymore. I think that there's, you know, one of the differences between the tortured era and MSP is like, the tortured era, you're so terrified of change. You're terrified of things shifting. You feel overstimulated. There's a lot going on. You're seeing your life again and in a new set of eyes, and it's overwhelming. But in MSP, it's like you're understimulated. You're bored. Like, I spend most of my life now wishing for change, or wanting things to change, wanting things to move faster, which is so weird. I've never been that way, you know, which I haven't been this way in God knows how long. I haven't been this way in, gosh, who even knows? But it's like, I'm sitting here just like, I want things to change. I want things to change. I can't stand this. I want something to happen right now. And it's like, it's not going to fucking happen right now. It's not. And I just don't know how to cope with that. I really don't. And I'm extremely frustrated with that. And so it's like, when I bring up those three pictures and those three emotions, like a midsize spiral is like, I'm constantly going from one to one to one to one to one. Like, I'm constantly feeling angry, stressed, insecure, angry, stressed, insecure, and it just goes in this spiral. I have like a new one too, where there are times where I feel really confident, but it's always going to go away. It's always going to fall. The confidence isn't real. You know, I've really tried to be a cool girl a lot during this era too, and I'm not at all. I'm just not. And I can't pretend anymore, or I can't even act like I am now, you know. And I think some of it I had to, because it was hard, and maybe it is a result of things getting better, and I just don't have to try so hard anymore, or I don't have to like I don't have to hold it together so much. And I'm glad, because the reason why I keep saying like my MSP gets worse is it's like, there's nothing really wrong right now. There really isn't. I can tell you there's nothing. And I don't know why, but it's freaking me out. I'm really freaked. Like, deeply freaked out. Or not even deeply. I don't even know. But I'm freaked out. So it's like, I can't really get a grip, and I keep thinking like, oh, it's a hormonal thing, or oh, this will change, or oh, it's the solstice, or oh, this, or oh, that. It's not. The solstice has passed. It's still getting worse. This is psychological. And I do have some issues physically, like I'm very tired and stuff like that. Like, that's true. I'm extremely fatigued in general. I'm just very tired. And that's difficult for sure. But I rest a lot. I sleep a lot. I slept like another 10 hours tonight, you know, or last night and this morning. Like, I rest, you know. I'm not to shade any Enneagrams, but I'm not an Enneagram 3. I'm not an Enneagram 1. I'm not an Enneagram 6. I don't overwork myself. I don't. I work a lot. I do a lot. I work at capacity, but I don't overwork, and I do rest. So I don't need that advice if you guys are going to give that. I'm fine in terms of resting. I rest. I don't push myself too far. It's not something I've ever had to worry about. I'll put it to you that way. I'm more of a lazy type, where I'm more likely to get lazy than to do too much. So it's just not, don't even worry about that. I'm resting plenty. But it's like, you know, I spend a lot of nights I've been dreaming about somebody that I'm very interested in. I just can't quite get there, it seems like. I just can't quite get there with him. It's so frustrating. And I don't even think it's anything bad. I'm just crazy. Like, it might even be going somewhere. And I'm embarrassed, because if he watches this, I'm going to be kind of embarrassed. I'm not going to lie. But it's like I'm trying not to obsess too much, but I'm dreaming about him and stuff. And like, it's like hopes and dreams and stuff like that. And it's like, I can't deal with this right now because it's not happening. And I don't know if it's going to happen. And so it's just a lot. And then I wake up and I'm just like staring at the ceiling every day. And I'm like, I just feel I don't know, and I'm getting to that point now too, where it's like, I've been getting a lot of compliments and stuff. And you guys, honestly, my audience, you guys have been treating me better. The public has been treating me better and all this stuff. And I feel like one of those fucking MSPs where I'm like, the better I'm treated, it makes me more mad. And it's just weird. I don't really understand it, but it has to be psychological. It just has to, because this is not like real, It's just not. It's not. Like, I went to the dentist. They did my teeth. She was like, it was amazing. We got everything out. I think you're going to do really, really well. It's like, there's nothing wrong. And I'm just like, I'm glad. And it's good. It's good that I invested in that, because I knew I had some teeth issues. They weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be, but I needed a deep cleaning. I could tell I did. I could tell I was having some issues, it's kind of weird, but I think there's some genetic periodontal disease in my family and stuff. And, that's kind of a side note. But the point is, like, I'm able to take care of it, and I'm doing it, and it's not even bad at all. And I caught it in time, and it's like, it went about as well as it could go. And I still am sitting here like wanting to cry. And it's like, I don't understand. I just don't. And I don't know if it's like past emotion. It's like when I talked about that video where I talked about my first love and stuff, like, it was really a lot for me, and I got very triggered by it. And I couldn't look at comments and stuff, but I was like, I need to post this because I think it's really important, and I don't think that people really talk about this. But it was really hard for me to talk about. And it was hard for me to post. And I think it triggered me a little bit, because I couldn't quite hang yesterday. And then yesterday, my mom accused me of having BUL, which is just horrible. And it's totally a projection. And I was like, that is horrible. Like, why are you even saying, like, it really triggered me that she said that. And it really made me mad. And we got in a huge fight and stuff. And she was saying it because every Wednesday I do like an estrogen dump, basically, for my liver. So what I do is I'll drink like milk and apple juice and stuff, and it tends to induce diarrhea. I'm just going to be honest with you. Sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes it's hardly at all. But I was telling her, I'm like, I count my calories. It is 1 day a week, specifically to help my liver purge stuff out, because if I don't, then I get really itchy, and then I'll end up having diarrhea some other point in the week. So I try to just do it that day to kind of do that, and then I can weigh in, and then it's like very regulated for my weigh-ins and stuff, which, by the way, I didn't even lose at all. I'm actually swollen. I went up like 2 or 3 pounds. It's like my mom is completely off base, completely. I went to the bathroom once. It's like I didn't even, it was just so ridiculous. And it's like, I have to literally at some point sit down and break it down to her why it isn't. And I don't feel like I should have to explain that. It's ridiculous. I could see if I was taking a laxative or something, but I'm not. It's like, it's up to my liver if my liver wants to do something or not. And it didn't yesterday. It was just like, whatever. and I'm just bitchy and swollen. It's like, that is not E followed by the letter D. It just isn't. I'm counting, blah, blah, blah. All my calories are the same. Like, everything's the same. And it's like, I'm sitting here dealing with this projection, dealing with this. In some ways, I think it is a reinforcement. And my mom was telling me, like, no, it's not, da, da, da. And I'm like, I don't know that I believe her. I just don't. So that really triggered me too. And I was already kind of triggered anyways, to be honest. So it's just a lot. It's a lot on my mind. And I think that's the hardest thing in terms of, like, this time is, like, my mind will not stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't matter. No matter what I'm doing, where I'm going, what progress I make, what progress I don't make, like, if things change, if things don't change, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm spiraling all the time. All the time. And I don't know what to tell people. I feel bad sometimes because I know I'm being really dramatic. And I do just tell people, like, there's nothing really wrong. Because I know it on a cognitive level. Like, on a logical level, I know there isn't anything wrong. I'm doing fine. I'm making an appropriate amount of progress, which is how you also know it's not E followed by letter D, because what I'm losing, maybe 2 pounds tops, or 1 or none. So even if I lost like 4 next week, I didn't lose anything this week. You see what I'm saying? It's the same progress. And I'm building muscle and everything too. It's just so not a thing. But anyways, it was just so irritating. And it was not even just irritating, it was triggering. Like, I was triggered. I'm not gonna lie, it triggered me. But it's like, I just don't know. I don't know how to cope with, I don't know how to cope, I guess. I don't know how to cope without being as numb as I used to be. You know, maybe it was kind of suppressions and stuff. I've talked about that. I think in some ways I had to press down how I felt to survive in certain phases, because it's very hard, particularly super morbid. Even though I couldn't do it completely, and tortured, I couldn't do it completely either. But I think when I got to just obese, I could do it really well. And then same with mids, I could do it. I could totally suppress. And I think since May, it's been this process of, like, not being able to do that anymore, you know, where my brain is normalizing it and I just can't. And it's reached a point now where it's like, I really fucking can't. Like, I have to actually deal with my emotions, or I have to actually think about them or consider them and, like, actually work with them in some way, because I have to keep going. Like, I'm not going to stop. But it's like, am I going to be completely miserable throughout the rest of the process, or am I going to figure out a way how to deal with these emotions? That's my thing. It's frustrating, but yeah, it's just hard. It's tough. This month has been really hard for me. It's been one of the hardest months, and I knew it would be. I could tell it was going to be going into it. I could feel it. I could feel that it would be hard. I just knew. I knew it. And it was. Because I have had a lot of physical changes too, and like hormone shifts. And I mean, I've told you guys about that stuff, but I think I needed to talk about the emotional side of it, because it's not really fun. It's just not. I had to buy fucking Tylenol, which I don't like to use Tylenol, but I was like, I'm not even gonna play with this with my teeth. I'm not even playing. I'm like, honey, you're gonna take your fucking Tylenol, because I'm not gonna deal with that shit. I'm just fucking not. I have to do a whole ass ritual with my teeth now, but that's okay. That's not that big of a deal. That's just being an adult. But I don't want to have surgery and shit like that. I just don't. It'll be fine. I'm not even that worried about it. I'm just really extra, and I'm just really extra about everything. So I don't know if any of you guys ever felt this, if you had this spiral. It's getting worse. I feel like it's like a bathtub when the water's draining, and as it gets closer and closer, it's just like faster and faster and faster and faster, 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 faster. And I'm just like, I don't want to make it anybody else's problem. I really don't. And I try my best not to, but it's hard. Like when my mom was pushing me yesterday, it's really hard for me to stay calm. And yeah, but otherwise, you know, people have been great and stuff, which thank God. I mean, I probably would be a freaking psycho if people were being horrible to me. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. I guess that's it. Bye.